Good day, everyone. Welcome to the last episode of our series, Statistical Test. I'm back, your moderator, Teacher Teddy. And before we start our video, let's dig in the objectives. At the end of this video tutorial, you are expected to identify appropriate statistical tasks in answering research questions regarding significant relationship, accurately employ the steps in hypothesis testing, skillfully navigate the SPSS software regarding significant relationship, improvise APA format table in summarizing the results, comprehensively interpret and analyze the result into sentence form. So we will be going back to our contextualized research problem. Specifically, we will answer research question number 3. Is there a significant relationship to the degree of interest in mathematics and mathematics achievement of West Visayas State ILS student as a whole? So the keyword here is significant relationship. So what do you think is the appropriate statistical tool that needs to be done? If you don't know that, I have the answer. So the answer is the Pearson product moment correlation, or specifically Pearson R correlation. So the Pearson product moment correlation is most often used to discover a relationship between two variables. You have measured two variables that are paired of observation, and you wish to determine the strength of the linear relationship between these two paired variables. So in this study, the two paired variables here is the degree of interest and, of course, the mathematics achievement. So there are 4 basic requirements for the Pearson product moment correlation. First, you have one dependent variable that is measured at a continuous level. We have discussed it already in the previous video. Your two variables should be measured at the interval or ratio level. So our degree of interest and our mathematical achievement are both in ratio level. So assumption 3, there needs to be linear relationship between the two variables. Of course, if there is actually researches that says that the interest of the students has a relationship with their mathematics achievement. So I think assumption 3 is justified here. Assumption 4, it should be past the assumption for bivariate normality. So given that all of this assumption is reached, we may now do the statistical test for Pearson product moment correlation. So the first step, of course, is always writing the hypothesis. So the null hypothesis is, of course, the keyword is no significant relationship. And for the alternative, there is a significant relationship. We don't need to dig in too much because this is very easy. So to solve for the degree of freedom for Pearson R correlation, the degree of freedom is, of course, n minus 1. So 50 minus 1 is 49. So that's our DF for this study. For stating the level of significance, actually we will use the same significant level, which is 0.05, since it is an educational and social sciences researches. So this is the result from our actually in our SPSS bot. Before that, we will have to run it ourselves. So of course, again, we already transferred the data from our Excel to the SPSS in our first video tutorial. So I think we are now set to do the Pearson product moment correlation. So this is the first step. You click analyze, you click correlate, and you click bivariate. And after that, you click the degree of interest in mathematics and the mathematics achievement and move it to the variables. And then you check Pearson, you check two-tailed, and you check flag significant correlation. And then you click OK. So as you can see, there is a asterisk. That means there is a significant correlation. It flags the significant correlation. So we go back to the results because I already copy-paste the result here. So of course, there are 3 that we need to take note: the Pearson correlation value or the R value, which is 0.650, the significant two-tailed value, which is 0.000, which is equivalent to the P value, and the value of N, which is 50. And now, of course, based on that value, we can now create an APA table with 5 columns, which are categories N, R, p-value, and interpretation. So your N is 50, your R is 0.650, your p-value is 0.000, and your interpretation, of course, since p is lesser than 0.05, it's significant. It's significant. So what's the format? So R of N is equal to R value, comma, P is equal to significant two-tailed. So that's R50 is equal to 0.650, comma, P is equal to 0.000. So you substitute N by 50, R value to this one, and then the significant two-tailed to 0.000. So since the R value is 0.650 and 0.650 is of course greater than 0.5, so we can have the strength of association as the strong relationship or strong correlation. So how to describe how to interpret the result? There is a strong. So I get the word strong here. The positive, I get the word positive in the value of R because it's positive. The significant relationship, I get the value in the interpretation. So there is a strong positive significant relationship between the degree of interest in mathematics and mathematics achievement of WVSU ILS students. So R of 50 is equal to 0.650, comma, P is equal to 0.0000. So that's it for our interpretation and analysis of results. Always remember, when you analyze a result, you need to put additional researches that supports the interpretation. Okay? Put always your related studies that supports your results. That's all. But before that, let's summarize the step. The same step will be employed from step number 1 to 6 that we used in the t-test for independent sampling in ANOVA. So that's the same step from 1 to 6. For our step 7, there is a difference. You click analyze, correlate, and you click bivariate. For step 8, you move the degree of interest in mathematics and mathematics achievement in variables, but it could differ depending on the context of your study. You check Pearson R correlation and two-tailed. For step 9 to 11, just the same with the t-test for independent sampling and one-way ANOVA. So that's it for our last episode. I hope you have enjoyed it and see you to our next series. Goodbye and thank you, everyone. But please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel, Statistics Speaks. Thank you. Bye-bye.